what the Google Keyword Planner looks like. To access the Google Keyword Planner tool, from anywhere in your account, you hit this tools icon in the top menu bar over here. So I'm going to click on tools, and you'll see at the bottom there is a menu item that says Keyword Planner. I'm going to right click and open it in a new tab, or you could just click on it. It doesn't make a difference. I like to have my campaigns open and my additional tabs open at the same time. So let's just wait for this to load. And I'm going to click start over because I went in here before. And this is the first screen we're presented with in the Google Keyword Planner. It asks us where would we like to start. So we want to find new keywords. And we want to be selecting, and we're going to almost always be selecting this first option, search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. Multiply keyword lists to get new keywords. This is a more advanced feature. It will allow us to build out very big lists of keywords later on. We will definitely use it, but right now we just want to get ideas. We want to understand search volume and understand trends, understand cost per click. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And we're presented with a few different options. We could enter in our product or service, for example, desk chairs. We could enter in our website, our landing page, and Google will crawl the page and shoot us out some ideas. Or we could actually just enter in a product category. So these are the three main ways for Google to launch the keyword research. Down below that, we have some targeting parameters. Google could start showing us ideas for either all locations, or we could specify specific locations. So I'm going to click United States because we're only selling in the US. I'm going to click save. We could target a language. We could target either just Google or Google and the search partners. Since we're going to be advertising on the search partners, I'm going to click, I'd like to see data for the search partners as well. And that's, like we said, that's AOL and other companies and other search engines that partner with Google for advertising. We could also enter in negative keywords. So if we want Google to not show us certain ideas, we could easily clean up Google's output here before we even begin. So for example, cheap, free, right? These are just some ideas that we already saw and we already added. Amazon, Walmart, Target, IKEA, Overstock, right? So these are some of the ideas. I'm just going to click save. So Google's not going to even suggest to me any of the terms or any of the keywords that include any of these negative keywords. Okay, keyword filters. I could filter my results by greater, less, or between a certain number, or a suggested bid, and an ad impression share. Ad impression share is a metric that's only relevant if we already have data in our account, so we're just going to leave that alone for now. And we could also filter out by level of competition, and we'll talk about the level of competition in a second. I don't need to do any custom filters yet because, listen, I'm just getting ideas. I'm not trying to build or optimize existing ad groups. I'm just want to get an idea of what's out there, so we don't need to do any filters. The targeting method of keyword option, we have the ability to only show ideas closely related to my search terms. I am going to leave that off because I'd like to see some broader ideas. I'm okay. I have time. We're going to do this the right way. So I don't need to filter out ideas that Google thinks are not so relevant. I would love to see whatever Google has. I could choose to show keywords in my account, show keywords in my plan. Keywords in my plan means if I'm building a plan in the keyword planner, and you'll see that this tool allows you to save groups of keywords that you're building and you're researching at one time. So this option would allow you to show keywords that are currently in other plans that you're building in the keyword planner tool. And we could show adult ideas. That I could turn off because there's no reason to have any adult related ideas for desk chairs. And I could also filter specific keywords to include, so only show terms that include. And this is very, very important because we know that this ad group is only focusing on chairs. And while I'd like to see anything Google could give me about chairs, I only want the word chair in my keyword ideas. So I'm going to just write in the word chair. And sometimes Google gets a little fussy with plurals, so I'll just write chair and chairs. And keywords to include. So we have a good amount of filtering, but we didn't do our top level yet. So I could either go ahead and copy and paste poppin.com/office-chairs, or I could just simply type in desk chairs, and that would be a good place to start. So once we're comfortable with our filters and our targeting parameters, and we could always go back and do this again and change it and compare and contrast. But at least for round one, once we're pretty comfortable with that, let's go ahead and click Get Ideas. And we are given a very, very robust and complicated looking set of data. But it's really not that complicated once you get a sense of it. Up here, we have search volume trends for the last 12 months. So we see an average monthly amount of searches for whatever keywords Google is suggesting to us down below. So in August 2014, when I roll over, 5 million searches. December, 6 million searches, so that was a very high time. July, looks like May was pretty low, 4 million searches, and October was pretty low, 4,166,000 searches. So we see trends throughout the year. It's a very, very cool thing because this will give you a sense of seasonality of your products. Are your products spiking in consumer interest during holiday season, during the summer months, when people are traveling, when it's warmer, when it's colder? It's very important to get a sense if you have severe ups and downs in the volume of your products throughout the year. So it'll help you manage and bid on your campaigns much more effectively. Further down below, we have two tabs. We have ad group ideas and we have keyword ideas. Ad group ideas are not actual keywords. These are ideas for ad groups. Google's suggesting that these could be individual ad groups, and the little parentheses with a number is how many keywords are in this ad group. Average monthly searches. This column shows me how many average monthly searches for all the keywords. So these 13 keywords in chair kids ad group would have an average of 51,000 or 52,000 average monthly searches, and it's telling me that it's high competition. So what does competition mean? Competition means that there's a lot of other advertisers advertising on the keywords inside this ad group. High competition is not bad. It's not a bad thing. In fact, the more competitive a keyword is, usually the higher quality keyword it is, and usually the higher quality traffic that keyword's going to provide. And keep in mind, it's very important to know with keyword research that not all keywords are equal. Certain keywords are going to be more competitive. Certain keywords are going to be less competitive. Certain keywords are going to bring higher quality traffic to your site, and certain keywords are going to bring junk traffic to your site. So you want to really keep that in mind. It's a live market, and we've spoken about this before, but it's always good to continue to go over that. So the competition level for these keywords, and if we look down on all these ad groups, it's pretty high straight across the board. Listen, it's a office furniture online, it's a competitive niche, but that shouldn't deter you. It'll be harder to rank competitively. It'll be a little bit more expensive usually. You will need higher quality scores, and we'll talk about quality scores in depth in a little bit. But overall, it's a really, it's not a big deal if you see high competition. Suggested bid. So this is the overall suggested bid per click for the keywords in this ad group. Keep in mind, this is very, very rough estimates. I've seen these numbers be drastically underpriced and drastically overpriced depending on the campaign. There's a lot of variables and a lot of live factors that go into each account, like your quality score, the time of day, the relevancy and the quality of your landing page, your max CPC bids, your historical click-through rates. There's so many different factors that affect how much you need to pay per click. These are just rough And ad impression share. This column would show me that if I had these keywords in my account, what percentage of all eligible searches have I been showing up on? But because we don't have any data in the account right now, these columns are all blank, and then I have the ability to add the ad group to my plan. Now, down here we have the similar view as we have inside our actual campaigns view, data view. This is showing me that this screen I'm looking at 1 to 30 of 40 ad groups that they're giving me the ideas for. But I don't want to go ahead and just add an entire ad group with 13, 14, 16 keywords to my plan. I want to see keywords. I want to see the keyword ideas themselves. So what I'll do is I will click on the keywords ideas tab. And now Google's going to show me really all the different keywords that I have the ability to look at. So the first keyword is the keyword that I entered in, which is desk chairs. 246,000 average monthly searches. It's highly competitive with a suggested bid of $2.51. I don't need to add that to my plan because we already have that keyword, but if I wanted to, I could add that by clicking this blue button. I could also sort these columns. So I want to, what I really want to do is find keywords that have a lot of volume right now. So I'm going to sort this column by average monthly searches by clicking on the header of the column. And now we're sorted. So chair, just the word chair itself has 823,000 average monthly searches. And interestingly enough, and this is something that we've spoken about, and it just confirms the strategies that we've been talking about, it's only medium competition. Why is it only medium competition? I'll give you a second to answer that question. It has the most volume. It has what looks like to be one of the cheapest costs per click. So why is it only a medium competition?